Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Jerm. Breakfast with Jerm. Oh yeah. You're listening to electronic music on YouTube. YouTube.com/neonowl. The time is 9:31. Let's have some fun. All right. Good morning to you, all of you out there. If you're like me, you got a case of the Mondays, so good luck with that. What am I doing about it? Got a large latte, vanilla. Pardon my throat clearing. Got congestion. Is it allergies? Is it a virus? Who knows? Stomach's also upset. Stomach upset's going around. Hope other people's Monday mornings were or are better than mine. I had one thing to show you. Patreon on the World Wide Web. JCV World. It's my Patreon page. This is my blog from now on. And I don't I post things for free. Because on Patreon you don't have to, that's the point. Pay no attention to this. This is a link to a message board thread for members only. This is what I wanted to show. This is right behind me. See this, if you see this chair over here, this is the chair right next to me here. Chili cheese fries, you can see. This is as I called it on my in the caption, the Chili Cheese Fries Stuff Collection Center. That's the official title of this table here, which I only have this table for another month. It's not my table. I borrowed it from my MIL, and I'm going to have to give it to Danny so they can use it for the school. Use it at the school sometime in November. So my sorting table is going to be gone. Why does it matter? This was kind of a weird thing that I put together. I was reading a couple books that I've read before on productivity and tidying and clutter, because clutter was all over my apartment and still sort of is. But I read, there's the book, two books, Getting Things Done. I don't have them here. So this is going to be like rambling because I'm talking about a book that's not right in front of me. I'm going to write about it later. As a longer form writing piece to practice monthly newsletter style content, monthly newsletter style writing, because I don't say content. I'm content to not say content. Hold for applause. Haha. It's kind of weird. The word is content, like happiness, and then content as like a consumable media. Why is it the same word? I'm sure there's linguistic reasons, but anyways, I'm talking about my clutter pile here. I had a desk, and actually the desk is set up again right over here. I had this desk in my nook where the rainbow lights are. I need to reconnect to my phone app to those lights so I can program them. It's not always going to be rainbow, but it's just rainbow lights in the apartment is a nice ambiance, day or night. Anyways, I moved some of this stuff in this screenshot, or in this picture of the table that's right over my shoulder with all the stuff on it. It was because I was reading Getting Things Done, and he talks about stuff, how stuff around you, like physical objects, represent open loops, like things that need to be finished, like that Lego in the picture here. This Lego half-finished Millennium Falcon model made out of Legos. So that is actually, I took the table that was back there, the desk that was in the nook, and I put it over here, and I just put the Millennium Falcon and the pieces on it and the manual on it. Because for me, I need one flat I need just like a clear work surface with the one thing on it that I'm doing. That's why I like having several desks, and that's why I've been why I borrowed this folding table here. But since I have to give the table up soon, this month is going to be like the final sorting. Where is all this stuff going? Does it represent an open loop to me or not? Is it trash? What have you? I have this habit of sorting things. It's not a good habit. It would be annoying, and it has been annoying to anybody who's lived with me. But since we get all these Amazon boxes, just sorting stuff into different Amazon boxes, trying to sort them by category. So if it's like, oh, where's that one thing? Oh, it's in the box of other things of its type. Temporarily. It's no way to live, but just for sorting things out, that's what I do. It's better than sweeping it all off the table onto the floor and kicking it around. That's for sure. So yeah, I've already the Getting Things Done, and also the Magical Art of Tidying Up Marie Kondo book. Some of you know that, with the joy of joy sparking. What sparks joy in your life? Does anything on that table spark joy in my life? Well, I guess maybe the PlayStation 3 for sure does. I've been watching some Blu-rays on that thing. I watched Scream 1, 2, and 3. I watched Gremlins 1 and 2, which I had not seen before. I had not seen either of them, actually. I just thought I had because of growing up in the 80s or something. Or maybe I caught part of it on TV, but I never actually sat down and watched Gremlins movies before. So I did that. And that was before October. But so for October, back to my old habit of watching lots of scary movies, horror movies in October. So I watched the Scream trilogy because I had not seen that. I saw Scream 3 in the theater. Watched one called Trick or Treat. It's like 4 spooky stories set in this one town, intersecting stories of scary stuff. It's pretty good. It was short, which I like. I love to be able to walk the dog and then come back in and sit down and watch an entire movie and have it not be too late when I'm done. For instance, that's about it. Yeah, magical art of tidying up. The one brilliant idea. One of, I'm not saying the only brilliant idea, but the one brilliant idea that stood out to me when I read it this time was the idea that you should keep all of one type of thing in the same place. You know, like keep all your towels in one place, all your office supplies in one place. Like, don't do what we did. Somehow I've always ended up with scissors, like certain items like scissors, like staplers, things that I don't use too much and that are really like aren't home items. I buy several of them and I put them in different places at different times, and then I can never remember where any of them are. So anyways, yeah, that's what I've done here, just because it's an apartment and there really is only one place to put the stuff of that type. You know, kitchen stuff goes over here. Although I have several of my cabinets are full of video games and computers and electronics. But see, those are all together in one cabinet area. You know, it's like electronics, cups and plates, pots and pans, trash, dishwasher, fridge. Now I'm going into another topic. I'm drifting into a whole other topic that I actually am going to be writing about. Again, home as a system of systems, which was the very first assignment or discussion board we did in my systems engineering fundamentals class. Like, imagine, or think about how a home is a system of systems, because everybody that's common thread. Start with something everybody knows, and then people broke it down in different ways. So this apartment is basically a system. As my home, this apartment is a system of systems. And I kind of just did that without even thinking about it. So then I was rereading Getting Things Done, and he talks about like the definition of stuff, and stuff is basically like what you haven't imagined its end, you haven't either haven't figured out what it's for yet, or you know what it's for but you haven't had the time to put it to use or whatever. That makes it a project. In the second case, that's a project. So stuff belongs, stuff is just like stuff that when you see it you think of doing a project that you don't really have time to do, or you think about the fact that you don't know what to do with that thing. I just put all of those kinds of things, all that stuff. I just put all that stuff right here. And the good thing is, I don't see it immediately when I walk into my apartment, because the desk nook, or what I was using as the desk nook back here, is the first thing you see when you walk in the apartment. And all I saw was just like a desk, big corner desk piled up with stuff, all the stuff, all the open loops just like staring at me in the face. Somehow over here they're not, it doesn't even seem like that much stuff. It isn't that much stuff. It's like enough stuff to sort out in a week if I worked at it. So a month is no problem. But that made me think of something else. Remember that site? What was it called? Flicker. Dang, look, there it is, my Flickr page. Pictures that I have uploaded. Am I still, okay, yeah, I'm still on the screen sharing. Joined 2006. Amazing. Panoramas with my Android phone, from my Android phone. Oh, no, a lot of the pictures are not showing up. Oh dear. Well, there's just one that I wanted to. That's Apple Office. I shouldn't have that on here. That's against company policy. Woohoo. But look, it's been online for 15 years, breaking the rules. This area was called the Fishbowl. This was fun. I liked working here, especially when I had a raised desk and most other people had sit-down desks. And I was just like standing here with a nice panoramic view of beautiful North Austin. Yeah, that was fun. That was in developer support days, I think. Look over here. This is interesting. You know, working for a computer company, supporting developers, Apple developers. I took this with my Samsung phone. Why can't I see it? Oh, where is it? Where's the dang picture? What the flip? Where is it going? My gosh. So look over. See, what all I was trying to say was look over here. Look at how many papers are on my desk. How many notebooks and papers? Because I didn't even in this era, 2010. I didn't even do notes digitally in 2010. I printed stuff out. I wrote in notebooks. When I was talking to developers, I would be like writing notes about their issues. You know, obviously I wouldn't write their personally identifying information, also known as PII. I didn't write that stuff down because I would like type that into like a customer, you know, management software, pull up their information. But often I didn't have. They were just called with a problem or explaining me something, and I just took notes on a notepad, on a steno. I don't know if that's a steno book or whatever, but I'm getting all worked up about paper, about writing on paper. And what is upgrade to Flickr Pro to hide these ads? I'm looking at my own pictures here, buddy. Give me a break. Ah, jeez, Louise. Am I gonna have to delete my Flickr account? Next. I've had it for how many years? 20 years. Almost 20 years. What? Oops. Get away. Flickr is down. Or is it just my page? I see these things. It's okay. So it's well, it's 2025, obviously. What? Did they just nuke my page? Flickr nuked me. Flickr deleted me in real time. I didn't even get to the picture that I was going to show. Damn it! I have a picture on my Flickr account of before I moved to Austin, when I had my bags and boxes packed that I was going to put in my my Hyundai Accent tin can. I had all the stuff I was taking to Austin with me piled up, and I took a picture of it, and it was maybe about this size or bigger, but it had my clothes in it too. Mostly t-shirts. And some video games, which are in these bins on the shelf because I have them actually hooked up to a projector, which is nice. That's, it's really nerdy, but one when closing this loop, closing the loop of having video game systems in boxes and not having anything to connect them to. Well, I still can't like connect the GameCube, but I can connect the PlayStations. Put them in this calyx thingy, and then we just shove the love seat in front of it and watch movies on the wall with the projector. But yeah, that's what I had for today. That's what was on my mind. It's nice. The rest of my it really gave a nice feeling to the rest of my apartment when I could look around and see just like clear space. Even if it's just a blank wall, I don't care. I would rather just have like empty space than clutter on surfaces. Because every one of those things represents an open loop. That's like a giant, like a cluttered surface is like a to-do list. It's like it's like an actual, it's the manifestation of a to-do list. And writing a to-do list saying to take care of all those items doesn't help. That's just like a wasted effort. You just have to learn to leave things where they are or until you're ready to take care of them. And that's why it's good to have all of the one kind of thing in one space, according to KonMari method. Oh, and also stuff like greeting your things. It's a nice, you create a nice vibe in your life when you like come downstairs and you walk past your clutter. Imagine walking past your clutter, your stuff collection area, where all the stuff is corralled. The stuff corral would actually be a better name. I'm going to change it on here. Why not? Oh, I'm not logged in. All right, which account did I use? Create an account? No, that's not what I want to do. I have an account. Upgrade to pay. Wait, so this is my subscriber account. Oh, good Lord. When breakfast time is over, I'm getting off of this thing. I think that's going to be a new rule I'm setting for myself. I think I'm going to make this a new rule. A new guideline for living is to only do the social media web stuff, only do the blogging stuff during breakfast time. Because inevitably, going to a website in 2025 means going down a rabbit hole or some fuck loop of trying to log into your right account to do some minuscule action. Told you I wasn't having a great Monday morning. So thanks for being here with me, whether you're watching live or recorded. All right, I logged in. Library. So my plan is just to use Patreon as a blog, a moblog, a tumblelog, tumblelog with a paywall. I see the traffic. I can see the traffic I get. I can see if I get traffic, which I don't. But if I do get if one of these posts about my apartment, oh, see, here's the nook, but I've moved this table over here. So now it's just the Pac-Man table and this light matrix that I can program other pictures in it. So that's going to be cool. That's what you see when you walk into my apartment. That's much better than seeing this desk covered in papers and even note cards even. It just feels free. It's a much nicer feeling to walk into. And for me, I don't walk in and immediately I don't walk in from work and see like, oh, here's another desk. I should be sitting here working, because that's not what I ever wanted my apartment to be about. Working from home thing just really took over, out of necessity. And I really, for the longest time, I just wanted to work from home, honestly. And I have done that quite a bit, and now I want my apartment to be a sanctuary. And just as the kids' home is their sanctuary with Danielle. So it's taken a while, but I've successfully successfully created the boundary, the border, created the home space and workspace. Workspace being my 57 square foot office over at Cohatch on Main Street. What else? What was I doing here? So there was some little gimmick. Oh yeah, here. A one-step editor. No, I don't want to see what's new. Go away. The chili cheese fries stuffed corral. How do you spell corral? Coral, that's coral. Corral? I already used the tag Jerm's apartment. Jerm's apartment. See, do. Yes, notify that I updated the title of this picture to the chili cheese fries stuffed corral. There we go. So that's my blog on Patreon. If for some reason this picture went viral or something and was getting a lot of hits, I guess I would have to log in and check my dashboard. I don't know if they notify you that you're getting a lot of traffic on something, but I can set that realistically, if it's some content I put here for free and then realize maybe I didn't want it to be free, I can just change that post to a paid post or just put a price on it. That's kind of cool. After all that's happened, a long time ago, I wanted to just make my own moblog or my own tumblelog on my own domain, and it's pretty easy to do that. But then everything became a service, and then those services became huge, and then got bought by other companies and then disappeared, not mentioning any names, Tumblr. And then there was no more Tumblr logs. Except there has been all along. I just didn't realize that Patreon is basically a Tumblr log with a paywall. So that's what JCV World is. That's my one blog on the internet. I'm going to have other websites, but they're all going to be for marketing. They're all going to be marketing funnels, sales funnels, going to my book and my newsletter that I am working on writing more consecutive pages at a time. Because the goal is to be able to write an entire newsletter, which is about 12 pages, write it all out by hand one time a month. And that would be after I have all the references and the story and everything ready to go. Write it all out all at once so I can put it all together in a way that is fun and spontaneous and allow some magic to happen, hopefully, in the form of good writing. It's the plan for my newsletter. Why was I talking about that? Oh yeah, because I'm going to do some writing today and reading and thinking until it's time to pick up the kiddos from school. So I hope you have a good Monday. I perked up a little bit after drinking some coffee, and I will finish it and probably be ready to have a power hour of reading and writing. If I can stay productive for an hour on one thing, that's a huge win for me. So with that, I will say, talk to you later, partner, friends, internetizens. Is this not playing or what? Why is this not playing? Oh. I had it muted.